Hi, it's Joy and today I'm going to be watching Batwoman Season 2, Episode 16, Rebirth. And that could mean a lot of things. Is that going to mean Luke, how he copes and recovers from the traumatic ordeal he went through? I have seen the new Nightwing announcement. Batwing? Sorry, my brain. But he looks awesome and I'm so excited for the story to end up in that destination. It could also mean maybe Kate, although I think I'm probably getting a bit ahead of myself, hoping that Kate's going to be reborn as Kate. But just, I'm very excited. Batwoman this season and last season I have loved. This season has been hitting out of the park as well, and I'm really excited to get going. And I'm reminded that you can get the unedited version of this reaction and all of my reactions on my Patreon. I believe he was right to be scared. Oh dear. Who's that? Is that Sapphire's assassin lady? Oh. Why is no one there? Oh. Luke.
Anytime alone.
Oh, sweetheart. Could you maybe...
I'm here if you need me, right?
Yeah. Have your time alone, not on a ledge, please? I know Kate used to sit here sometimes, but I don't enjoy people sitting on ledges, my darling.
Till one hero spoke up. Former Crow's commander, Jacob Kane.
Two Crow's agents shot.
Oh, he's not going to be happy.
But when you gave me the details of Kate Kane's flight out of National City, you knew exactly.
So Sapphire was involved. Rebirth. So it's Cersei's rebirth.
You were at Alice.
You brought Kate Kane and Alice together.
Mm-hmm.
When was this?
2 days ago. Why?
Alice is Beth Kane, you idiot.
Yep.
You're coming with us, kiddo.
Oh.
Found our Vic. Same perp left a sword in him.
Why would you leave the sword?
Definitely trying to make.
Oh no. That's why you leave the sword, I suppose?
This isn't your fight.
Ooh.
Tatiana?
I thought it was her. Oh.
It really is you. I know this is a lot to handle.
Oh, yep. She's a lot to handle too.
Sorry, but did you want her to escape?
Alice. I just them working together like a family.
Secret keyword. Daddy meet Ocean.
Tie Kate up again, please.
Good to meet you, Mr. Kane.
Right. What do we do now?
This is so weird, them working as a family, but I love it.
My way back in with
Enigma worked on you too?
Daddy. You don't get this extra without a little shove.
Well, I thought the shove was Cartwright.
Mm-hmm.
Enigma took away your ability to love?
And her humanity, which made her a serial killer. So now, please, Alice, stop murdering random people in therapy. And then I can really support an anti-hero path.
You told me I'd be in the Crow's headquarters with my brother, my sister, and my boy toy.
Alice.
You'd be there in handcuffs.
Please let this be the start of an interestingly good path for Alice.
Gouged out with a soup spoon by a woman named Cersei Sionis.
So, didn't Alice stop by the other day asking if someone named Cersei showed up to you?
They're so on the cusp of the Cersei thing. I can't wait for Mary to find out.
It's law enforcement only. They let you in. And last I checked, your new occupation is...
Really hope you have a plan, kid.
Diggle.
You know, some of us are just...
But I was also the hardest. Because I mattered the most to you.
She's gonna smash it, isn't she?
Beth.
But this is a lot. Oh, and she's
Twin who
referring to herself as
9 months
Beth.
ago, woman mugged to say I already knew. And I loved you.
Oh my goodness. Oh. Kate's memories are there as though she's getting the situation.
Cersei's subconscious is a Sal and Kate needs me to free her.
How can you be sure?
Oh.
Because it's all I ever wanted.
Oh. I want the rebirth of my family, please. This family.
Okay, I remembered. You found me. But I couldn't find you. It's okay.
Oh.
There's still time.
Still time. Alice believes she can be saved.
We think Sophia's in Gotham.
Sapphire,
Thank you somewhere
I
in there.
didn't want to wake up.
No, at least he's told her.
How can you say that?
Why would I go through it when I can be with my dad again?
Luke.
What do you mean Kate's alive? She was declared dead.
Oh my god.
Indeed, her parietal skull.
Thing you need to know is the kid is alive and safe with me at Crow's where no one can hurt her.
Okay, I'm on my way.
Black Mask is cosmetics guru. Roman Zionist. He hypnotized Kate into thinking that she was his daughter. Cersei.
I love that we're just speeding through this.
I believe that Cersei's connected to Sophia.
What? How?
Oh god. Of course they'd know where you'd come, but they've been cracking Kate's memories. It was going too smoothly.
Where? Anywhere, I'll find you.
Anywhere I'll find you, I'm here for this.
She's been alive this entire time, which doesn't actually make
Oh.
sense because Julia wouldn't lie to us.
Oh my god, there's Kate.
I'll call you back. Are you Kate Kane?
Can I get back to you on that?
Need a ride?
I'm sorry, I did not expect all of this quick, and I'm so here for it.
Wanna start a little collection with your buddies here? You can match my chips, I'll just hang out. House is just so damn stupid that it can cheat and still manage to lose.
I've no idea what just happened,
The man made it straight.
but yes, that makes sense.
For that gut shot straight draw. I've been running from this fight my whole life. And it has gotten me nowhere.
Sweetheart.
We'll make sure GCPD is on your doorstep before you can clear this out. GCPD on my doorstep.
Yep. A good force like the Crows would be useful.
Not only will
You're under arrest for aiding and abetting the criminal at large as Alice.
Fuck.
Is this what you really wanted?
You bastard.
Taking my money back.
Yes, Diggle.
Oh, easy punks like this.
Yes, Diggle.
You shot him the other day.
Mm-hmm.
You're upset that he's not showing you respect?
I never thought I'd see you again.
I'm sorry. Wanted Alice.
Alice, was at the Crows with my dad.
Mhm.
Really, what is happening?
I know.
Sophie. I think you've caused quite enough trouble.
No!
You're safe.
Oh god. No. Good, Mary, good. She should always have one of those on her.
Carry one of those around?
Yeah.
So, what could we possibly
Oh.
offer that would be better than that? Gotham Steakhouse gift
The
card?
Desert Rose.
Rebuild that kingdom. No.
It's too much of a
This connection to your mom.
easy answer for us, having something to cure everything, isn't it?
Healing?
There are a lot of questions about him and me. So I get it when those questions become more important than anything else in the
I
world.
love Diggle.
I get it.
I missed him.
Remember is that we all in it. You carry the torch for the great Fox family. You stand for justice. You're gonna need anger to win that fight. Some fogginess, dizziness, something's not right.
Green Lantern stuff?
Lights on the main one in the morning.
Diggle.
Good thing you're alive.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Diggle, I adore you. That's gonna help fucking Tavaroff get out.
That's my daughter. Her name is Beth.
Yeah.
Not a monster. She's a victim of evil men and women who stole her childhood and manipulated her mind. Her father who didn't come through for her when she needed him. Beth is the hardest life of anyone I've ever known, and you judge Alice for her crimes. Remember Beth.
Oh.
Kate's still alive.
It's true, sweetheart.
Alice is the key to getting her sister's memories back.
The choice is easy. Revenge is short-lived, but rebuilding your island, it's a no-brainer.
It's funny. Here
Alice!
you are, a literal queen, and there you go again, believing you deserve more than you've earned.
Alice, just leave.
Don't play dumb, Alice.
Oh, is he going off the ocean?
Deep down, bottle of tasteless vodka in my office desk bottom drawer. Would you mind?
It's Cersei, isn't it? She's going to run off while no one's watching. So if you don't leave her alone.
She really is back to being Kate Kane, and my disappointing her will come as no surprise.
She's not. That's the whole point.
You can keep it.
Oh my goodness. I know she's a villain, so this is the kind of person anti-heroes can kill, but Alice, you need to stop murdering people. Oh my god, no, he's dead. Because he was too happy and sweet with Jacob and... Oh, Alice. Don't let this push you backwards. Poor Ocean.
Deserved to take the fall for the things that she did.
Mary, I want you to promise me something.
Mary.
Alice together gave me hope and a path back. There's only one person who can make that happen.
Dad.
I understood she took a lot from you. A lot from all of us, but I just wish you could have seen Beth before the accident. Hope one day you get the chance to. But I'm counting on you to save both your sisters.
No
Oh,
pressure.
Mary.
I love you, Mary.
Oh.
I love you too.
His one redeeming quality is his love for his daughters. He's about to get murdered, isn't he? I'm stressed.
I am so sorry for what happened to you. I have no idea what it's like to walk in your shoes, but let me make something very clear. I am not sorry I made sure you lived.
Yes.
So screw your choice. You're not leaving me.
That is what a friend who loves you does. You have a choice in everything but getting away and dying and all.
You see Kate down there? No, we thought she was.
You left her alone! She's battling Cersei.
Seconds to get her something.
Oh lord.
My baby girl.
Why am I having her memories?
Oh god.
Tell her, Roman, or I
Oh,
will.
Sophia, fuck off.
I've always held the belief that a woman has the right to decide exactly who she wants to be.
Alright, so that I think might be one of my favourite episodes of Batwoman so far. That was just so good. I will start with Luke because that was kind of the most uplifting ending of a plotline, and also following on from the previous episode, it killed me to see him, to know that he had chosen not to live anymore, that, you know, there was that part of him that will be regretting every breath he was taking. And I think that it's a natural feeling to have after going through an experience like he did, especially if you truly do believe that there is heaven and you will get to be reunited with everyone you love. What a nice feeling that must be to have. But for Luke, I could totally understand why he had that, and even why, like, he was kind of just angry at the world. So a little bit of that anger bled out, anger at Ryan, anger at everyone for bringing him back in the first place. I'm very glad he told Ryan that's what he thought. I'm very glad that that wasn't something he just kept eating him up inside. I think saying it out loud will have helped, especially so Ryan could then be like, fuck you, you're not going anywhere. Diggle was a delight. I feel like, actually, now I think about it, I remember seeing that, like, Diggle was gonna cross over with us, like, but I just didn't expect him to just casually be in the bar. It makes sense, it being a law enforcement bar, and he's here to get scans because, you know, it's Green Lanterning, stuff going on, I suppose. Is there an update on whether that's a TV show we're getting or what's happening with that? But regardless, he can turn this show, that's fine with me. Seeing him be there for Luke, you know, I was trying to remember whether they'd met during any of the crossovers, but I don't believe they did. So for him to kind of, he just, you know, saw a kid that was spiraling a bit, struggling, and he just, I mean, a young man, but to him a kid, was there for him. He was just sort of joined the poker game he was at, just kind of not like interfering, not being like, no, you must not do that, but just being there to like make sure he was okay. I really respect. And then when he found out the whole circumstances of the situation, he had zero regard for Tavarov, as he should, and he was able to look out for Luke and give him advice from someone that has been in similar circumstances in some ways, someone that has lived with some of the same fears he has. And I think that conversation from someone that to Luke was a total stranger, sometimes that is the easiest person to listen to take that advice from, and especially when that person is John Diggle. Oh, I miss him. I'm glad we got him back for a bit. For Luke to then find out that his friends still need him, to find out that Kate is alive and he could get her back, is everything. And I think as well, seeing how much he is needed here, how much good he can do, this is going to definitely be the thing, as we knew, that sparks him into becoming Batwing, that sparks him into becoming someone that takes action, doesn't just respond, is active rather than just reactive. And I'm very excited for his character to get to go on this journey. Stressed but excited. And I think as well, it's just what Diggle said about, if you saw your dad, so as far as Luke's concerned, he has proof that there is a heaven and you get to see your family. So live a wonderful life, and when you die an old man, go and tell your dad about it, about all the good you did, about the life you lived, and he will be so proud. I'm really glad that we got to see at the end of this episode Luke not being mad at Ryan when she told him that he was not going to be leaving her, that he just hugged her, that moment of just thank you, like, for being there for me, for giving me the space when I needed it. But I enjoy that they gave him space, but not like giving him space and then just never checking in, never keeping an eye. They gave him space to a point, which is what is healthy when someone is going through the kind of stuff Luke was going through. So I'm just really glad that we've kind of seen Luke get through the worst of that feeling of wishing he was dead. Obviously, the repercussions of everything that happened are very much still there, and from what Tavarov said, it seems as though there's a chance it's going to turn out that he's going to end up being, like, investigated for being a car thief, pulling a gun, etc. I hope that doesn't happen, but I could potentially, maybe that is where they're going to go, especially now Jacob Kane, who was the person that was like, he didn't do anything, was now arrested for being Alice's accomplice. Like, everything is happening. But for Luke, kind of, he's accepted that he wants to be alive and he wants to make a difference, and so that is a much better mental state to continue with his healing or just growth, and I'm excited. I like that the focus was on Ryan and Luke this episode, because they really have formed such a bond over the course of this season, that from the beginning, when Luke was so refusing to admit that he could refusing to let Ryan in because of Kate, now he has let her in and he can get Kate back too. I did love Mary being the one to tell him about Kate. So then we have, I felt the same way as Jacob, seeing how emotional Alice was with trying to get Kate back, seeing how she said, it's me, your sister, Beth, rather than it's me, your sister, Alice. She fully went back into that mindset of being Beth, of being that loving twin who knew her sister was gay but was scared that she'd be rejected, so made her a mug to prove that she was a supportive ally that she knew, and just, my sister, I love you. And that story was so sweet. That story reminds you of who Beth was, of who is inside Alice, potentially another glimpse that it's still there. And I think something that's been really important for me this season has been kind of seeing that it was the Alice persona was exaggerated by Enigma and Sophia. It wasn't who she was. Even after, the Alice persona was a sort of mental break that helped her get through the years of abuse and kidnap. But the crazy serial killer side came after the island, after Sophia, after Enigma. So if Alice can shake that off, I don't know that she'll ever be an out-and-out hero, but she could become an anti-hero. That's what I want. I want her to stop killing innocent people. The thing that really I just can't get over is the fact that she killed that guy in Enigma's office, because it just wasn't necessary. And I don't think she needed to kill Tatiana in this moment. I think knocking her out, she could have given her to the police or whatever, but that's a death that I can forgive more, because Tatiana had been going around killing innocent people for a very long time. She'd killed Ocean. She wasn't an innocent person. So that's kind of an anti-hero death. You can be like, oh, Alice, you should have arrested her. Rather, of course Alice would never arrest her, but you know what I mean. I can sort of move past that one with her character being the way it is. Now for Alice, we saw, her most Beth-like thing, having her dad kind of being there for her. Her dad making that speech about how he's aware that Beth is, that, the Kane family is messed up on the news. They would be getting a lot of news coverage out of this family, but that, yes, Alice needs to be judged, but remember Beth is still Beth is a victim. Beth is someone that had her entire life taken from her, her childhood, her adulthood, her mind taken from her and reshaped. And if there is any Beth still in there, we should fight for it. Part of me was hoping we would never have public confirmation that Alice was Beth, because then if she were to ever go about being Beth, like, she could maybe have a life, but okay, fair enough. It's probably fairer this way, because that is such a thing of, if someone truly is mentally compromised or brainwashed, or to what extent is Alice brainwashed, to what extent is she Alice, that is something that we will need to continue to cover. And I am scared now that going from her referring to herself as Beth, drawing into those beautiful memories of her with her sister, to being with her dad and her boyfriend, calling him Mr. Kane and shaking his hand and all that kind of thing, to then seeing Ocean dead, I am scared that Alice is going to backslide, We've seen there's still the potential, which I'm really hopeful for. If she suddenly goes on like a killing spree, I will yeet myself off a cliff. No, I won't. But I will just be like, Alice, I get why, but you're going to make it harder on the situation with Jacob. You're going to make it harder on Mary to ever try and get through to you. So then, for Jacob's sake, I think for the first time, because in the real world, I don't know, obviously none of this stuff exists, I don't think, like the brainwashing to the extent Enigma does. So seeing that, you really would be like, oh, it was not, he's a new Alice, like, he has hope for Beth again, and hope for Kate, and hope that the unbelievable keeps happening. He has a lot of guilt on his shoulders for how he's failed his family, and for how the Crows was run, and I think to an extent him serving some prison time isn't the worst idea. My main issue with it is that A, he's not going to be there to help Kate through her recovery, because right now I feel as though Kate, okay, right now Kate is not with her family, but Kate will need all of her family when she recovers to get back. Also, that it might help to have other people be like, oh, wasn't Jacob Kane the dodgy one? We were all good innocent agents, you know, kind of, I fear what that's going to do for the long run. But no, just seeing him there with his family, with his daughters was lovely. And when he got to call Mary to tell her Kate was alive and they were getting through to her, that was everything. For Mary to see Kate, to hold Kate, was everything. And then the fact that I really wasn't thinking we were going to get any big Kate breakthroughs this soon. And I love that the way that Kate's mind is dealing with everything is that Kate is locked up where Beth was locked up. And, you know, when she said, you found me, but I never found you. Then Alice's line of, so I just remembered this, I should have done an Alice section, Alice's line of, there's still time, as in, you can still save me. Because season 1 Alice was all, oh, Kate, stop trying to save me, stop trying to save me. And so then Kate did stop trying to save her. Kate put her in prison, and she was like, how dare you put me in prison? Like, Alice, you can have it, what? You can't have it both ways. But no, that was a really important line for me as well. I'm scared still that Alice is going to backslide, but for Kate is there, and then the minute she saw Sophie, she knew who Sophie was, and she just wanted to hold her. They are in love. Their love transcends everything. And I don't think it's in any way like downplaying Mary at all. I think it is purely just shows you the strength of her love for Sophie, the enduring love of many years. And I think the truth of Mary and Kate, as we know, is while they've loved each other for all of these years that they've been together, it was only really in the past year that they've truly bonded and truly became very close. Mary would have done anything for Kate much sooner, and Kate loved Mary, but struggled with the Aliceness, with the Bethness of everything. So I can't wait to continue to see their relationship grow. That was one of the things that I was the most hurt by when Kate wasn't going to be in the show anymore, was that Mary and Kate's relationship was my favourite part of the show. So I am excited to get more glimpses of that. And Mary is my favourite character. Kate and Ryan are so close seconds, like, you know, like there's not much in it at all, but Mary is my favourite. She's just so strong and such a giving person, and she does everything for everyone else, and I just really admire her. And, you know, Jacob is doing this thing, but he loves her, he trusts her, he believes in her, that she can save his other daughters. And the fact that he said, I love you, Mary, I think Mary will always struggle with being, you know, the stepdaughter. Her mother is dead. We don't seem to know who her father is. I don't know whether that is just an irrelevance, you know, he's dead, or he's a deadbeat and we just do not care about that man. I don't know what the second part is, or whether that is something that will at some point be relevant. But regardless, her family is what's left of her family are the Kanes, and I think she is such an example of the polarisation of Alice and Beth, that if you can get Beth back, can you forgive Alice? That's what I think. That is part of why I want Alice to continue to grow towards a good line, towards Beth, rather than to continue to grow into a crazy villain. As much as she's hilarious and fun as this crazy villain, the richness of the plot of can you redeem her is so much stronger. But for Mary to try and help Kate is something she would do anyway, but to be there for Alice. And then Ryan giving up her last piece of her mother to Sophia is everything. It shows you what a good person Ryan is, how strong her bonds are already to Mary and Luke, and just doing the right thing. It shows you that Ryan is a worthy Batwoman and everything, especially because I was wondering what was going to happen to our Desert Rose, because like in the previous episode, Luke was going to die, and then we gave it to him. And TV shows like more jeopardy of, you know, we had that jeopardy last episode of we can't get to him. There is an obstacle in getting to him to give it to him. But it would be far too easy if anytime any character was in any danger, you'd be like, oh, I'll just get some Desert Rose. So it did make sense we'd have to lose it somehow. Alice then immediately running off. I get why, because Ocean's life was in danger and she was too late, but she would have been too late regardless. I understand why she ran off, but I hope she's going to come back to pursuit of helping Kate rather than anything else. Now I do think that she's been given, Kate's been given the door has opened. Yeah, she's now facing off against evil knife wielding Cersei Cyanus, but she is there. The door is open. She's aware now. That I do hope that were it up to Kate, she will be able to battle through it and beat Kate at the end of the day. The next episode, I imagine, is going to be dealing somewhat with, maybe even the next few episodes, with Kate. She's with Black Mask, Sapphire is there and wants to give her choice. I mean, what is Sapphire up to? Just meddling more with Alice, I imagine. I kind of hope Kate's gonna get away from here and either just go somewhere where she doesn't have either side influencing her, or not. I mean, the Black Mask dude is a crazy man, because no, it's just not, your daughter's dead, and I can't imagine the pain of that. But to then be like, oh yes, the girl that I've now brainwashed her, but like, she's not real. That's not real. It would never last. It would never be a truly fulfilling life. I am really excited though. It does seem like definite evidence we're going to get Kate back this season, and she will have gone through hell. She will not be the exact same person for many reasons, but because of what she's been through. And she'll have to get it. I mean, the concept of like coming to terms with the fact that her face is not her face would just be so strange. You know, as a viewer, I can forgive body shape and all that kind of stuff if that's a bit different, or voices if that's a bit different, although they said that like her vocal cords were damaged. But just the idea of Kate looking in the mirror and seeing someone else is going to be so strange. But this was a phenomenal episode. I feel like I've missed things. So much happened. But yeah, the public now knows that Beth is alive. Jacob's speech was very heartfelt. I hope some people will take it on board. But also he said about Kate, which is very interesting because, you know, Kate's been declared dead. There's just so much that is interesting here. The story is just getting richer and richer, and I'm so excited to keep watching. So I'm very sorry if I have missed anything. It is very, very warm. I've had to shut my window because I have to shut my blind. I'm melting to death. So if I've forgotten anything in this review, I apologise. Reminder that you can find the unedited version of this reaction on my Patreon, and thank you for watching.